How relieved were you to be staying here and to be a part of not just what you want to accomplish individually, but to keep building what you and your teammates have been doing the last 2 years after coming, so short of the ultimate goal?
This is the organization that drafted me. I'm staying here, and I'm very thankful. It has no knock on any other team in the league, but this is a team that gave me the opportunity to start my career, and forever thankful for that. And I give my all to Milwaukee, the city, and the staff, and I'm very thankful to be here, and I'm wearing Bucks across my chest.
Thanks for doing this. I was just wondering if you could just take us into what your off-season was like, particularly that week of the draft when I imagine you saw the reports that you were going elsewhere and then found out you're staying there. Just what was that whole 72-hour stretch like for you? And can you kind of take us through that at all?
Nothing really changed for me. Going into this off season, my focus was my body, my health, and getting better. Literally all off season, nothing changed. With all the reports coming out, still worked out, still kept mentally I was fine. And we have great people. I have great people in my corner checking in with me mentally every day. So, nothing changed for me. Just come in, go to work, and get better.
Zora Stevenson.
Donte, I know you chose to stay in Milwaukee for most of the time. Why is that something that you feel like helps you during the off season?
Because I just have a lot of trust in this organization. I have a lot of trust in the coaching staff, the PTs, the strength and conditioning coaches. They got me ready to play my first season here, so I just didn't feel any need to go elsewhere and try to work out and with other guys and just focus on in-house and getting better here.
Eric Name.
What's up, Donte? When you kind of look at this season, it feels like, there's a huge opportunity here for you to step into the starting lineup, be the starting shooting guard. Just kind of how do you view that, and how do you kind of hope to be ready for that this year?
I view this year just like I did last year. Whether I'm the starting two guard, coming off the bench, it doesn't matter. I have to be productive in my minutes and be productive with whoever's I'm on the court with. My job, I've said it since day one, is coming in and making it easier for Chris and Giannis. And then also just possibly with a bigger role, just being able to step in there and just be confident. I don't think it's something to be nervous for. I don't think you should be in this line of work if you should be nervous about getting a bigger role. I think you should come in and embrace that and just be ready to prove everybody.
I know you called Blood your big brother, and G Hill, I think your dad sometimes.
He said that,
but with those two gone, just kind of how does that affect you? And, what is it like for you to, kind of say goodbye to two guys that you were so close with?
Yeah, it's the business of it. Those guys are still my big brother. I still talk to them all the time, and they'll remain good friends and kind of mentors to me throughout my career. But also we have a great group of older guys here. And, there's a lot of guys on this team that are really interested in all the young guys, and they want everybody to get better. So even though we lost two great players, we gained a hell of a group and the guys that we got this season, and I think they're going to help us.
Lori Nickel.
Hey, Donte, I still want to go back to that crazy 36 hours for you, though. You're only 23 years old. I wondered if you could tell me how you processed kind of the crazy news and events and like how family and people checking in on you. And then the second part, if I could, you said you had a lot of trust in the organization. Since then, can you just give me an idea of maybe what conversations have been like with your coach? Like, hey, you're still here, reset, regroup, whatever you might have discussed.
Well, for that second part, nothing changes, like I said before. Conversations I have with the coaches, the front office, strength and conditioning coaches, my trust is still there. Nothing changes. They want the best for me. They want me to get better. I want to get better. So nothing has changed there. And then during that 72 hours, whatever hours it was, Coach Wright has had a huge influence on me throughout my basketball career, and he's challenged me mentally throughout college, and that's kind of stuck with me. And so having him in my corner just talking to me and he always just told me to rely on one thing, and it's my hard work. No matter what happens, just get in the gym, get better, and keep working hard, and everything else will play out. And that's what I did. I didn't focus on anything else but getting better and working out, and here we are, and I'm thankful to be here, and I'm wearing Bucks across my chest.
Thanks.
Andrew Wagner.
Hey, Donte, hope you're doing well. Trying to ask this the right way because I don't want it to seem like I'm knocking Sacramento, but how relieved were you to be staying here and to be a part of, not just what you want to accomplish individually, but to keep building what you and your teammates have been doing the last 2 years after coming, so short of the ultimate goal?
This is the organization that drafted me, so I'm staying here, and I'm very thankful. It has no knock on any other team in the league, but this is the team that gave me the opportunity to start my career, and forever thankful for that. And I give my all to Milwaukee, the city, and the staff, and I'm very thankful to be here and be able to just continue this journey and continue building on what we started.
Kane Pittman.
Hey, Dante. Good to see you, mate. This feels like a long time ago now, but back in sort of January, February, March, you were really you looked like you were feeling more comfortable. You're scoring in double digits. That was your average. And then the bubble, it didn't seem like you found that same rhythm there until the last sort of few games. So I guess looking back on that, was there any reason for that? Was it health? Was it just the situation? Was it the extended break? And then coming into this year, what areas of your game offensively do you see as the areas to improve?
For that, there's no excuses. Like you said, I was kind of hitting my stride towards that later half of the season, and no matter what it is, the off season, the bubble, whatever it is, there's no excuses. It's got to be better, especially when we're trying to make a run at the title. So I kind of took that and have been working out with a chip on my shoulder just to get better. And then coming into this year, just mentally being able to handle ups and downs. It's going to be an interesting season. So just being able to stay level-headed, mentally focused, and just straightforward, and just keep getting better every day. That's my main goal.
Thank you.
Jim Ozarski, Journal Sentinel.
Hey, Dante. Knowing Bud and how he likes to coach and at least start to form roles and create things here in camp, I know it's a short period, but how do you see him kind of working in all of these new players for you guys who have been here? How do you think that'll go in terms of just making that work and helping guys understand what they're going to be asked to do just in a few weeks here?
Well, I think first and foremost, he's a great coach, so he's gonna figure it out, and I think he has great guys on the team that are going to be able to adjust to whatever role he asks us to do. I don't think there's egos on this team. And even the new guys, you don't see anything. They're true professionals. They come in and they want to win. I think that's everybody's main goal here is to want to win. So whatever role he gives to us, we accept it, and we keep getting better.
Eric Name.
How do you try to go about improving as a shooter during an off season? Just is there certain drills, or kind of how do you try to get that going and take that next step as a shooter?
Well, one, it's a lot of reps. You just got to get comfortable with your form, and big thing is shooting when you're tired. So you got to push yourself. When you're tired, you have to lock in, mentally lock in your form when you were fresh. But also, you just can't go through the drills half speed and just kind of lollygagging through it. You got to push yourself every single drill to make sure you're getting tired, to then when you get to the game, you've done it throughout your workouts in the off season.
Steve McGargy.
I'm just wondering, obviously you're out of the bubble, but you're still going to be playing without fans, at least in the early part of the season. I'm wondering how much of an adjustment will that be, or has that adaptation process already been completed because of the bubble experience? And do you think there will be any sort of home court advantage this year because of that?
Well, the home court advantage is, you're sleeping in your own bed, I think. I think that's huge. But then the bubble experience kind of opened our eyes to a different type of game for us. And I think we spent a lot of time there, which was a little bit longer. But the time that we spent there, we learned about how it possibly could be this season. And I think guys are ready. Home court advantage, like I said, really the only thing I see is you're sleeping in your own bed. You're you're in your home, you're on your own house. So
Jim Ozarski.
Going back to Eric's question on improving on shooting, what was that balance like? Because it was 50 days or 60 days of an off season. I'm sure there were restrictions to a degree. I mean, what was the balance of resting your body, but then also trying to get that work in?
yeah, I mean, that's the key thing is balance. You don't want to kind of overdo it every day, because then you can't sustain that going into the season. I think the big thing for me was my body was first and foremost. Is when I'm feeling good, my body's feeling good, my confidence is through the roof. So kind of that balance of however you want to work it out. We have a great staff, so the planning out is easy for me to just go in, and mindset is just working hard, whether it's working hard on my body or working hard on the court, whatever it is, just go in and work hard every single day and trust what they give me.
Last one to Kane Pittman.
You mentioned some of the additions to the team already, or sort of the new guys having to be worked in here, but Drew Holiday specifically obviously is going to be a big addition for the team. I know you guys haven't exactly seen the Pelicans a lot over your time with the Bucks, but what have you seen when you have gone against him, and what do you think you guys will work well together when you're playing in the backcourt with him together?
One, he's extremely strong, he's extremely athletic, and he's extremely unselfish. I think with him, he loves to get others involved, and at any time he can just go get his own. So just to be able to run alongside him on the wings and just being able to get in transition, kind of getting passing lanes on the defensive end and just getting out and run, I think it doesn't help just me, it helps everybody on the court with him.